oh boy. Nothing like going out in the cold in the dark. Shut the door. Take the boots back off. Put my shoe back on. Take the other boot off. Shoe back on. Okay. Alright, let's go make that video now. Hi everyone, it's NonnaGrace. And I've got plenty of nothing. And nothing's plenty for me. I don't know what to talk about today. But I did just go and lock the chickens in. And I was thinking, how many of you know how to sew a button on? That was what I was thinking. I might show you one of these. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yes, maybe tomorrow I can do that. I will set up a really nice oversized button so that you can see what I'm doing. I know we sing a song at the school and we're mending, and it's so funny because the kids, I'm sure, don't even know what mending is. My dad, when we were growing up, he would darn his socks. How many of you have darned your socks or darn your socks today? He used to put a light bulb in. We didn't have a darning ball. There is a regular little wooden dowel ball-like thing. It's made out of wood. And you would slide it in your sock, and you could use the thread, and there was a particular way to darn, and you used particular certain thread because it had to endure the friction of your foot again because it made a hole there, so you wanted to make sure it wasn't going to make a hole again. But anyways, he used to slide a light bulb into the sock, and then he'd sit in his chair with the light on, and he would be darning his socks. My dad also liked to wash his socks by hand. I don't know why. They were stiff as a board, because when you put them in the washing machine and they go through the cycle and then you put them into the spinner, the spinning cycle would take a lot of the extra water out, and then you could hang them up on the clothesline and the drying rack. We used to have a drying rack that he could use, and they wouldn't be quite as stiff as they would be if he just washed them by hand, wrung them out, and hung them on that rack. But that's what my dad used to do. My dad was born in 1913. That's such a long time ago. And I remember when I was in school, all the kids would talk about their grandparents. And their grandparents were born like 1914, 1915, 1916. And I said, well, my dad was born 1913. And they were really surprised I had such an old dad. Well, my dad didn't get married until he was, I think he was 35, I think. I'm not sure. It's either 30 or 35. My mother used to say to my brothers that the best time for you to get married would be at age 25. So he must have been 30 when he got married. My mom was 22 when she got married. I was 28 when I got married, and my husband was 22. So we got the 22 in there, but I was 28. I was not quite 30. And you know, when I was single, it's not like it was then. When I was single, people used to ask you, oh, it's a pretty girl like you, single still. How come you're not married? Well, they used to ask me that when I was 21, 22, all the way up to age 26. When I turned 26, it was like, who cares? She's not married and probably never will. So they stopped asking me. Then when my younger sister got married, before me, it was like, oh, that's really bad. Then I got married, and then my youngest sister got married. But my brothers all got married before me. But it's funny. Now, I was talking about what I don't know. So I will have to watch my video so I can see what I talked about, because my brain jumps from one thing to another thing, and it just keeps going. And you know, today I was checking the mail. I was really hoping to get a letter from Charlie today. He sent me a letter, but I haven't received it yet. And my husband goes, well, it could take a couple of days or even a week. I hope it doesn't take a week, because I'm looking for it. And I'm anxious to see what he said in his letter. So Charlie, I know you're out there. I don't have my magic mirror, but I know you're out there. I am really, really looking forward to your letter. And when I get it, I'm going to be jumping for joy. I might even jump for you. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I'm excited. So that is the video of today. I will try to show you how to, I think I talked about sewing a button. I talked about getting married. I talked about my father being born in 1913. My mother was born in 1920. She was older than a lot of the moms, too, that I went to school with. And when I had my kids and they were in nursery school, everybody thought I was in my 30s and they were in their 20s, and they thought I was in my 20s. It was kind of nice. It was kind of fun to have young children. And when my youngest turned 20, it was like, oh, now they're really going to know I'm an older lady. But as long as she was in her teens, it made me sound younger. So that's the end of the video. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.